What's going on, my plant peoples? I am the ADHD gardener, where I use gardening, houseplants, and humor as a form of mental health therapy. And this is an unexpected, unplanned vlog. It kind of came out of necessity because I've been having some serious pain, and it got really bad yesterday. Yesterday was a really painful day, and that was supposed to be my film day. On top of that, I've been a little stressed in my personal life, so I'm trying to find a balance. And then sometimes, you know what, for my mental health sake, I needed to step back a little bit. Having chronic pain means that basically I have it all the time. It never really goes away. However, some days the pain increases or decreases depending on the weather and the situation. So every day is not necessarily exactly the same. This past week has been getting a lot colder over here in PA. And yesterday it was like 23 degrees. And my body did not like that. I was just in pure pain the entire day. Luckily, my wonderful boyfriend Jose took the day off so he could help me around the house, help me catch up, run the errands and stuff that I was supposed to do. And he did it all and then some, which worked out fantastic. The man even cooked dinner. I was so excited about it. Here's my wonderful boyfriend. He's here to help catch me up on a bunch of housework and stuff, being that I'm a little on the can't move around side.
You can't move too much today.
No, not at all.
Not at all. That's why I'm here.
Today's the next day. I still have a lot of pain, but right now is a lot better than it was yesterday. However, I still need to take it really easy. So that means I'm basically just kind of sitting down in my office. It's not really an office. It's just a spare room that has a lot of my stuff in it. It's a messy, but you know what? Hey, it is what it is. I'm working on it, people. I'm working on it. I look a mess. My rosacea is getting crazy because look how red my cheeks are. Naturally, okay? I'm trying to get comfortable. So being that we're in the new year of 2021, what kind of new goals am I gonna have for this year? I had a few goals this year, and the first one was to enroll in a master gardening program. So I'm super excited about that. I want to test my plant skills, and I want to increase them as well. And what better way to increase them plant skills is by actually going to school and learning a few things about plants. Speaking of which, look at my setup. I got a laptop right here, and I have a big screen right here. I'm not always using the big screen, but being that Jose is really into like tech and stuff, he hooked me up with another TV. And it actually works out pretty good, but look how nice my Monstera leaf looks. Isn't it cute? I don't have any plants in this room. Wait a second, I do have plants in here, but they're not house plants. They're a bunch of vegetables. Another reason why I needed a break from filming was because I have a lot of, plants that I need to work on. And I've been trying to get super organized, and I have been. So now I'm starting a lot of seedlings, and this is gonna be for a bunch of future videos as well. Listen, I'm not an organized person by nature. I'm really trying to get a lot better. But the fact that I can actually see the table itself and not have it like piled up with papers is an accomplishment. What's also been helping me too is actually I have a bunch of dry erase boards. I got 3 of them. I just needed to find a way to keep on track, and being that I know that I'm a visual person, these dry erase boards really help out. Like right above my computer, way up on top of there, I got a picture of me, my dad, and my aunt, and of course my flag. And my pride and joy, I have my stethoscope and my nursing credentials. Unfortunately, I cannot work as a nurse anymore, but that is a part of my life, a big part of my life, so I keep that handy everywhere I go. Enough touring around my little room that's a work in progress, people, because I'm a work in progress. My room is a work in progress. But the second goal that I have for this year is actually square foot gardening. Me and my dad are always talking about gardening, right? So he kept saying over and over again about the square foot gardening method that he's gonna try out this year. I would hear that man talk about square foot gardening for like 2 months straight. That's all he talked about, square foot gardening. Well, if you look at this book in the square foot gardening, I said, what's so good about it? What is so great about it? And he said, it'll take care of your weed problem, because don't you got a weed problem, Jack? And yes, I do. I got a major weed problem, and that was one of the things that I wanted to tackle this year. Is I need to get a hold of these weeds. I mean, I do have some weed fabric out there, but I also wanted to try another method that didn't involve that. And I wanted to see if all that smack talking that my dad was doing was actually gonna work. So I bought the book myself, and I read this entire thing, and I gotta say that was really hard. Really hard to read. But the book and the information was worthwhile. And I learned a lot about this. So there's going to be a lot of implementation of square foot gardening, a few experiments, a lot of projects. So stay tuned for all of those. Before I get to goal number 3, yes, I'm going to address the fact that I have a sheet up on the window instead of blinds. Again, I didn't know that I was going to be on film in here. I didn't know that this could possibly be a thing. So yes, I'm going to work on the blinds, and yes, I'm going to work on the curtain. This one has a curtain and a blind. It's just up for the sun. Okay, goal number 3 is actually work and concentrate on growing more brassicas. I want to grow more cauliflower, more broccoli. I'm even getting into Brussels sprouts just to prove the fact that I don't like Brussels sprouts to my dad. I don't like them, but I'm hoping that they would taste a little better being that I can cook them. I've gotten cauliflower and cabbage before, but they were all so tiny. So I'm figuring, and I'm going to hopefully concentrate really hard on this spring, early spring and fall, so I can try to get some succession crops going on. But I'm hoping with the square foot gardening that all of this is going to work out lovely. Let's see, lots of experiments. Oh, another thing, you may be noticing that I have a boatload of notebooks here. And you're right, I have tons of notebooks because I am trying to get organized. I'm really trying to get organized. And us ADHDers are not that good at organizing. It's just really, really hard. I mean, not to mention scheduling and time management and prioritizing. And did I say planning and scheduling? Oh my gosh, that is like my weakness. That's my kryptonite. It really is. But in order for a lot of these things to work out, and in order for me to really get a better hold of my vegetable garden, I really have to get more organized. I really got to get my stuff together. And I got to do it somehow, and I'm not that good at it. This is why I use notebooks. I'm sure there are other programs or computer programs. If you actually have any ideas or suggestions, drop them down in the comments below. That would be awesome. It's like a filing cabinet for my brain, but in notebook form. Now, I'm sure there are programs and apps for this, and if you do know, please let me know. It would probably spare me a lot of notebooks. However, this system seems to be working out. One of them is for YouTube, one of them is for my cut flowers, one of them is for my vegetable. I have like 2 notebooks just for ideas that float into my head at any given time. And those ideas could be anything. House related, personal related, flower related. So I'm gonna put my brain right back down so I can see it. Number 4 is actually getting into cut flower gardening. Now, what exactly is a cut flower garden? Basically, you're gonna have a lot of flowers, but that are specific for cutting so you can arrange bouquets. I want to start dabbling into the cut flower gardening. I'm not going to be selling anything right now. I just want to get used to it and familiar with the different flowers and the growing of these flowers. So in the future, you never know. I would love to know, what kind of goals do you have for 2021? And it doesn't always have to be about gardening. It could be about mental health. Heck, you know what? I'm always working on my anger management. I really have an impulsive nature, so that also comes along with anger. So there has to be a lot more anger control, anger management. And I'm assuming the other goal that has to do with this is mindfulness. And I know mindfulness, I can't get away from those words. I can't get away from that word, mindfulness. But really, that is the key to a lot of this, because I need to keep mindful and aware of my anger so I can manage it. Yeah, not easy, not easy. Anger is something that I always have to work on, and it kind of sucks, but which is why I am practicing horticultural therapy. You know what? Why do I even go through these mental health goals? All of them. They're all going to be on the same list every year, every year. Jackie, you need to prioritize. Jackie, you need to get more organized. Jackie, you need to plan better. You need to pay attention. How many times am I going to hear pay attention? Pay attention. Or I get this a lot. Stay focused. Focus. Focus. Meanwhile, I'm staring at like a plastic bag that's just floating down the street. Plants are not impulsive. They chill, and they're patient, and they're slow. And that is total opposite of me. So maybe I'm gonna learn more patience too. Patience. Not everything is all sunshine and roses, but we all have silver linings, and plants are my silver lining to my sanity. I'm gonna just call it Sanity Gardens, because that's basically what I'm gardening for. Sanity. Oh, my sanity. Oh my gosh. On that note, it's not like all the other videos, so I'm just gonna say like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram. I'm on there all the time. And last but not least, grow your happiness one day at a time, because I know I'm trying to do that. So I hope you do that too. Until the next episode, you guys, peace and love.